Southern Vangard Radio. This is DJ John Doe, and to the left of me is my man,
Lord Tulane, Chino, Cappuccino, Meeks, Cappuccino, Excelente, Brigante, in your mouth. What's up with you? Big homie.
Oh, man. I'm so glad to be here. Yes, I am. Good
Must be
Lord.
Sunday night.
Good Lord, it is Sunday night.
Must
Say it
be
again
Sunday
for the people in the
night.
back.
Yeah.
Woo! Man, how are you, bro?
I'm excellent.
You good?
How yourself?
I usually don't call you bro. Do I say bro a lot? I think I try
We're
not
bros, dude.
I
We're
try not to
bros.
say bro a lot, but you know what? My son says it a lot. I think it's starting to.
Well, We're
How are you,
bros.
bro?
I'm good, bro. How are you? Good to see you, man. No shit.
No shit, dude.
No shit, dude.
Really?
Fucking A.
Fucking A. Oh Lord. All right. So good weekend, Meeks. Back on that volleyball block.
Yeah, so far so good, man. Saturday was an all-day event. Westlake Lady Lions finished third
Yes, sir.
in the region,
All right.
and they will be playing for a state championship on Wednesday.
Wednesday this week?
Yeah,
Oh,
we gotta
shit.
go
All
to
right.
fucking Etowah.
Etowah.
Yeah,
That's North Georgia.
I don't know.
Not in metropolitan Atlanta.
It's
We'll
not,
put-
yeah,
I know
it ain't
that.
in the SWATs. I know that much.
It's not in the SWATs. I think that's North Georgia, man.
Yeah, but
I don't know.
Yeah, it's
All right.
surprising that they've made it this far. You know, because they're a little sorry, man.
A little sorry.
Yeah, they're kind of bad news bearish a little bit. I ain't gonna lie to you. I mean, when they want to play, they play. But you know, for the most part,
Oh,
they
they
play
gotta-
like shit.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, hey, they
Yeah.
should be lucky they're at where they're at, I guess, right?
Yeah, they be out there looking bad.
Oh, man.
I be telling them too. Right from the sideline.
Damn.
I be like, what the fuck are y'all doing, man? I'm out there cussing 14, 15-year-old black girls out, man. Trying to motivate they stinking ass. But
They're gonna put you on the payroll.
but they playing for a
You're
championship.
gonna be on
Goddamn, anything can happen. You must
That's right.
believe.
That's right.
You have to
Anything
believe.
can happen. Anything
What's up
can
with you?
happen. You know what? On my side, my oldest son actually is basically on the injured list. He broke his rib this week.
What?
Did I tell you this?
Man, Jayla got hurt yesterday.
God.
I mean, this shit is
Yo, man.
Yeah,
In
this shit
practice,
kinda
his own
crazy.
teammate ran
broke a rib.
ran his a receiver ran his head into his rib cage and broke the motherfucker, man. Fractured.
That's
He's out.
crazy.
He was out, so he's on the sideline. He's all fucked up. You know, it's
And
not
you can't really do nothing for
can't
that,
do
but
shit
let
for a
it
rib.
heal.
Can't do shit for a rib. So he's either going to be like
Damn.
playing with the bruised rib the last 2 games of the season, or it's a wrap.
Mm.
You know, I don't know, man. It's football shit, bro.
Hey, you know what?
I'm trying to be cool about it, but
got
damn.
that concussion. That was the best shit could have happened. I don't wish her no harm or
Right.
nothing like that. But that was that was a very relaxing time in my home, as I recall it when she got injured. That shit just sound bad.
It does sound
I'm
foul, but
sorry.
you know what? But when you're running your ass off for
Right.
you know, all the extracurricular
Right.
things that
And you
your
get a
family
little
does,
break.
and you get a little
Man,
break,
that shit beautiful.
bro. Today, so you know what's the storm coming through, Nate? Right now,
Yeah, Nathaniel.
Nathaniel, the cyclone. I'm getting all kinds of fucking warnings on my phone. Tropical storm, cyclone warning. I was like, man, ain't no fucking cyclone coming through coming through the ATL, man. What are they talking about?
Don't nobody know shit. They
But
just be
anyway, so-
guessing. Yeah.
So, you know, my third child,
Mhm.
you know, little Tom
Yeah.
is he's playing basically kind of like flag football right now.
Okay.
And so it was raining like crazy, as you know, around noon today. So
Yeah.
they called that off. And,
Okay.
man, me and the missus were like, yes, we're taking a nap
Best
this afternoon.
Sunday ever.
Best
Best Sunday ever, dude. Rain, nap time.
rain, nap
Shit.
time. Yeah, man. So
Beautiful.
Anyway, so yeah. Other than that, dude,
That's
I
what's up.
only got into one A3C thing this week,
Yeah, I did not.
and it really wasn't on some like mega A3C shit. It's just because the homie J57 was doing a beat
Shouts
set,
out to Jay.
and I'm very glad that I went because I got to hear a J-Mo Gang cut that Premier not only did cuts on, but he produced.
Oh, shit.
Woo, on the system at 529. God damn, that shit was knocking, bro.
That's what's up.
So yeah, and I got to meet Architect, from the Bay.
Okay.
Because he was DJing for Opio and Pep Love that night. He's on tour with them, making their run with the First Light thing. So
did we get that J-Mo Gang joint?
I'm not getting that. He's not. Jay's not going to give that shit to me, man.
Man, Jay, the least he could do is give us
that. If I was Jay, I wouldn't give that to me.
You crazy.
A Premier joint? Are you crazy? It's not done yet either.
I don't give a fuck.
It's not done yet. That's all I'm going to let out. Jay's probably going to cuss me out for talking about that joint because it's not done. But you know what? He played it last night, or a couple nights ago, so it's all right. Anyway. So that shit was dope.
I didn't do nothing with A3C this year. I'm cool.
Yeah. So, but yeah, it's other than that, that's really about it, man. We're here. Let's get down to biz. We do have an interview session to do.
Yeah.
If this is the first time you're listening because you're a fan of the gentleman that we have on the phone with us tonight for this lovely interview session, this is Southern Vangard Radio. We do this twice a week on Tuesdays. It's an extremely dope mix show. Extremely dope. Just tons of joints. We usually never repeat a joint, which is kind of cool because you hear all kinds of new shit every week, but it's kind of crazy to think that we can have enough records every week to never repeat anything.
Extremely dope.
And then, we cut it up and slice it up like it should be done. And me and Meek's just popping shit and, drinking bourbon and beer and having fun.
We will not run out of bourbon tonight.
We will not run out of bourbon tonight. We cracked a brand new bottle of that Ezra Brooks.
Woo!
90 proof tonight, so we're good.
EB, baby.
Yeah, and then on Thursdays we have an interview session with someone in the this hip hop world or sphere that we fuck with. So it'd be an MC or DJ, producer, behind the scenes person, A&R or whatever.
What have you?
SoundCloud, Mixcloud, Apple Podcasts, and Stitcher Radio is where you should go follow, like, share, subscribe.
Yeah.
Tell a friend, tell a friend, tell a friend.
Yes.
And we have some affiliates as well, don't we, my friend?
Yes. Return to Boom Bap Radio, WRBB, right here in Atlanta. ATLHipHop.com, Soul Public Radio out on the West Coast, and I Am Classic RawRadio.net, also here in Atlanta.
All righty then.
Yes.
All right. So this evening, this gentleman I was introduced to via my man Dave at Official Crate Music Radio.
Shouts out to Dave.
I don't know if it's indirectly or directly or how we connected, but anyway, this gentleman makes some very, very nice beats for people to rap over.
Yes.
And we've played a number of his records over the past, 2.5-3 years that we've been running this podcast.
We have.
And, we decided to reach out to this young man and see if he wanted to talk to us tonight. So without any further ado, Bozack Morris.
Bozackula.
What's good, y'all? What's good?
What's going on?
What's up, y'all?
Yeah. What's good, man?
What's up, Bozack?
Yeah. Chilling, man. I mean, like, it's Canadian Thanksgiving right now, man. So everything's blessed right now, man. Just gotta be thankful and all of that.
Okay.
Now, I know nothing about Canadian Thanksgiving.
Right. Yeah, so, fill us in. We need a lesson.
Yeah. It's basically the same shit, just on a different day.
Just in October.
Yeah,
Thanksgiving in October is what it is.
Yeah, we eat turkey and all that, and we say our blessings, and it's basically the same thing, man. It's like there's not a lot of difference between our countries for the most part, and we definitely share Thanksgiving, but it just happens to be on different days. That's all.
It wouldn't be bad to have a full roasted turkey dinner once a month anyway. You know what I'm saying? Like just jump that shit off once a month.
Just once a month.
Yeah.
The whole spread.
Just go all out.
The whole spread.
Yeah,
I'm with that. So how does that work?
Just come up north in October, man. Then November, like I'm heading down there, man, to get my turkey fix on too. So
that's what's up. That's what's up. Hell yeah.
Dope. So Bozack, you've had a pretty eventful, I guess, past couple of weeks with this new release with Hus Kingpin, who was actually in town this week with Planet Asia and Rozewood.
Right.
They had a show on Friday night, I believe, that I unfortunately
did
not.
That's right.
I did not get to go check out, but man, I mean, the shit isn't even out yet, and it's pretty much sold out. I mean, from what I can tell. So why don't we just start there, and then maybe we can backtrack and get a little bit of your history. Let's start with this new release because I want to make sure everyone knows what's going on with that.
Yeah, man. I like me and Big Ghost Limited have been talking for a minute, man. And it's like he just hit me up. It was just like, yo, you down to do a remix for this Cocaine Beach joint, man. Coke Casa, and he sent me the files, and I cooked it up. I literally like cooked that up in like a day or something like that, and just sent that over. And it was just like, yo, let's make a project out of this. So basically, you know, we just, you know, we put our minds together and just been like, yo, okay, we're going to put this out, and what we're going to do is just do like a 7-inch series. So it's like going to be like, you know, 3 7-inches from the Big Ghost project. So that's Cocaine Beach with Hus Kingpin, The Ghost of Living with Vic Spencer, and Griselda Ghost with Conway and Westside Gun. So basically, it's just going to be 3 exclusive remixes for each album, and I just set up the first one, and yeah, that's how it came together, man. So the pre-orders dropped on Friday, and we sold out of the test presses. We got a cocaine edition, which it looks like there's actually cocaine in the vinyl.
Nice.
Those sold out. There's only limited of 100 of those. And then, so the only thing that's left now is the standard edition, and that's limited as well, man. So everything's been moving. It's been a blessing. Everybody's been loving the record, and me and Big Ghost really we busted our ass trying to put together like a real solid product, like, you know, like more than just the music itself, but just like the act. I want people to open up their package when they get it in the mail and be like, yo, you got Marcellus Wallace's suitcase. You know what I mean? So right. I wanted just to glow, you know what I'm saying? So basically that's what we tried to do with this, and tried to do something unique and something special with it. So you know what I mean? Like yo, it's the standard edition looks like Coke bottles. So like the actual vinyl looks like, you know, the Coke bottle gummies and stuff. So it's like, it's gonna look dope, man. So I mean, like, to get a copy of this, it's gonna be historical, man. So I mean, like, just log on to ggbrrecords.com. You can get that right now. That's basically.
Yeah, it looks real.
I mean, like,
crispy.
This airs on Thursday, right?
Yes, sir. It does.
Yeah.
So hopefully we still have copies by the time this airs, but I'm just saying though, like, you know what I mean? Like, shit is moving, man. So I mean, like, you know what I mean?
Boy, that's got to be a good feeling, man, to be moving product like that before it actually even comes out. That's got to be a great feeling, man.
Definitely, man, and especially in this day where, like, people don't value music like they did when we were growing up, like in the 90s and the 2000s. Mm-hmm. It's like, you know. It's like, people don't put a value on music, but I mean, like, we found a way to make it work, and like, you know, and it's a real blessing just to have people just cling on to that and to appreciate it, and to, you know, basically, like, just appreciate the value of it and understand the value of what we do and not take it for granted, man. So that's definitely a blessing for sure, man.
No doubt. And once again, that's ggbrrecords.com.
Yeah,
you can go get in on some of that good music, right?
Yeah. And I also got my, like, you know, some of my previous releases, like Loose Cannons 2, that's still available. The Loss Prevention EP I did with Haim Stogie. He's from Atlanta too, so I mean,
sir.
You know,
shouts out to him.
Definitely, man. I love it out there, man. Atlanta's got an amazing hip hop scene, man. Like, you know, I was there a few years ago, and it's always been love out there, man. So,
yeah. So Bozack, have you known Big Ghost for a while, or like how did this kind of like how did this jump off?
Well, I've known of him. I mean, like, I followed his stuff, and like,
sure,
you know, I mean, he's hilarious, right? So I mean, like, you know, if you were a hip hop head, and I mean, like, and you know, you come from a particular viewpoint in hip hop, I mean, like, you know, Big Ghost, he definitely represents that side of things. And so, I mean, like, if you understand that side and you appreciate that side, you definitely should be a fan, or at least know who Big Ghost Limited is.
Sure.
How it happened was, he bought Loose Cannons 1, the first record I put out like about a year ago. I dropped my first record, which is Loose Cannons 1 with Never Change and Mac 90 with Conway and Westside Gun.
Right.
And he copped a copy of it. He bought a copy of it. So I was like, reached out to him and said, thank you for copping a copy, man. I mean, I've been a fan for a minute. And since then, we just hit it off. Like, we had like like a long conversation, like either that night or that week for like 4 hours. We're just talking about some hip hop shit, and we just hit it off. And since then, we've just been keeping in touch and just like, talking about things. And one day, we just discussed, about actually collabing, and that's basically what you really need to do, man. It's like there's no real like secret formula to this shit. It's basically hip hop is, it's like we all come from the same cloth for the most part. So it's like, it's very easy just to connect with people and to network with people, man. And all you really have to do is reach out, man. So, you know what I mean? Like, if you can just, just find somebody and you just hit it off, and it's just like that. It's just real easy. It just comes naturally and organic, like, right. And, you'll get to where you need to be, man. So, and that's what happened with this big ghost joint, man. So is
this the first time you worked with Hus? Is this the first time you kind of done something for Hus or been connected to him, or?
I mean, we've talked for a while in the past, man. Okay. So I mean, like, we've been wanting to like do some things. I've sent them some beats as well, man. So like nothing ever really came about shit. But I mean, like, it was just a matter of time, man. I mean, like, it was never like, wait for my opportunity or anything like that. It was just like, it's gonna happen, and it's gonna happen organically. So I mean, like, and this is just exactly what happened. So, man. Right. The dude, like, he sent me the acapella, and like, Hus was fucking with it. So I was just like, let's get it. And man. So I can see from like, later on down the line, like, I'm hoping that we'll be working and doing some more music together. No so like, I did something with Rozewood, which is also part of the Winners before as well. So since then, since like, I guess the Rozewood project, the Rozewood joint that we did, I mean, like, he's been kind of like following me, and I've been following him, and
gotcha.
and basically just on some rap shit.
Yeah, beautiful.
It's just a good look.
So what's up with this is really interesting. So you're selling, you sold the test presses, but
right.
What's the deal with the silk screening and their number? Like, you silk screen the covers yourself, or like, what's the story about? What's the whole thing behind the test presses?
Yeah, the silk screening. So I've done the test presses for Loose Cannons 1 and Loose Cannons 2.
Okay.
Me and my homie, Cruddy Ranks, man. Shouts out to Cruddy Ranks. Me and him, we actually silk screened the first one together. The second one, I didn't do the silk screening myself. I got someone else to do the silk screening because they do it a lot better, a lot cleaner and stuff, and a lot faster too.
Sure.
So it was like, in order to like, like, real talk, like, when we were doing it ourselves, we fucked up so many copies of that shit. So it's like, you know what? Yeah. We gonna end up like losing the money anyways, just with wasted like ink and wasted paper and shit. So I was just like, you know what? Let's get it in. Let me just get someone professional to do it. And it's like, you know what? Yeah. They can handle it. They can take care of it. And they did an amazing job. So if you look at the second test presses for Loose Cannon 2, like, that's just a work of art.
Yeah.
So like, prior to all this music shit, I did graphic design. I still do graphic design, but I don't want to do it for anybody else really other than myself, to be honest, man.
So you do all your own design? All your own design work is you?
Yeah, so all the shit, all my shit, and most of the shit on GGBR was done by me.
Oh.
So like, I went to school for all that. I went to school for graphic design.
Okay.
And so I've been doing it for like, I'd say I've probably been doing it for like 20 years, since high school and all that.
Oh, really?
So,
okay.
Yeah, man. So I mean, like, one day I downloaded like a bootleg copy of Photoshop, and I just started fucking around with it, basically, man.
Yeah,
so I went to school for that.
Dope.
I enjoyed it. I went to school for it. I didn't graduate, but I mean, like, I still made it happen, and I just started doing that, down the line, just freelancing and just doing it for my personal projects. But let's be honest, man, I wasn't really fucking with that shit, because it's like, I like doing graphic design, but it's like, all the politics behind it, dealing with clients, I don't want to fuck with. I didn't want to fuck with that shit anymore.
Meeks and I both wish that we had some sort of graphic design, real true graphic design ability, because every time we got to get something done, it is like,
it's hard.
It is a pain in the ass. I don't know what the disconnect is with us and
It's
graphic
hard.
designers getting some work done. But damn, man.
They're a different type of artist than what we
Yeah,
are.
I mean, like, you know, the whole thing is like I stay professional. I mean, like, I'm pretty good with the clients, but it's like I always felt like the clients would always try to like undercut me. They would always try to like switch shit up or like, you know, like an example of it would be like, you know, if I do like 4 different like mock-ups of like of a particular design, you know, the client 9 times out of 10 the client would choose the worst one, and I'd be like the one that I worked like busted my ass off on was the one that like, you know, ends up getting thrown in the trash, and I always hated that shit. So it's just like, you know, so I was you know what I mean? So I was like, all right, so fuck it, you know what I mean? And to be honest, man, I mean, as much as I love doing design, half the time, 90% of the time, they don't want me to do anything dope anyways. They want me to put like words on a piece of paper and that's it. And it's like, I didn't go to school for all that. I mean, like, you know, the reason why I enjoy art is because I like doing real art. I like pushing the boundaries. Like, you see the shit that we've done with the 45s. It's like, yo, I want to do that, but nobody else wants to do those things. And it's like, you know what? I'm going to just do it myself. Furthermore, I mean, like, yo, I'm a hip-hop head, so it's like...
All I'm going to say to that is get the money anyway, man. Don't even worry about it. They want some whack shit, you know, with you know, it looked like scrabble on a piece of paper, but that's the design, and they got money to pay. Man, take that money, man, and keep it moving, man.
Man, I'm gonna charge more.
Right, exactly.
Up the charge and
You got to flip the prices around on a Bozack. Like, see this real super stupid simple shit right here.
Yeah.
This is the most expensive.
Yeah, I'm the
you got to flip the rates.
I'm the Basquiat of
the shit that take 10 minutes
design.
to make. I'm fucking charging you $1,000.
Right, exactly.
Hell yeah.
But to be honest, man, like, yo, it's also it's like a spiritual thing too, right? Where it's just like, yo, like, you know, I want this to move me. I want to do anything that I do. I like to put my energy towards things that I actually believe in. So it's like, you know, when I have to deal with clients and stuff like that, I'm like, you know what, I don't really believe in this company, or I don't believe in what you're trying to do, or it's like I don't really identify with it. So you know what, I don't really want to put attention towards it. And this is the reason why I don't really like do design for anybody else other than myself anymore, is because, you know, I'd rather put that energy. I could be making beats right now. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's like I could be making fire right now. I could be making the greatest thing ever right now, but I'm there fucking like putting bullshit on a piece of paper. You know what I mean? Like, so it just goes to the point where it's just like, you know what, where do I want to be? What do I want to do? And where do I want to go with this? And it's like, you know what, I'm going to put my energy toward things that I think counts.
Right.
And, you know, so I mean, like, you know, let somebody else do the scribble scrabble shit. And let me go and make this heat, man. That's basically what I want to do, man.
You got a valid point there, sir. Yeah, for real.
Yeah, no, definitely. I mean, like, at the end of the day, I think, like, you know, I have something to bring to the table musically. And, like, you know, I kind of feel like there's voids that needs to be filled in today's landscape of hip-hop. And, you know, I can recognize them. So, I mean, if I recognize them, I'm going to be trying to fill them. That's basically what it is, man.
Oh.
So, you know, so, yeah, it's as simple as that. As for design, let somebody else fill that shit. If there's a void, you know, they can fill that shit up and they can deal with that. But, you know, when it comes to this hip hop shit, which is something that I wake up, I live, and like, you know, you can, you know, it's definitely something that I stay passionate about, like ever since I was a little kid, man. Like, you know, I've always been passionate about it. So for me to like stay to, you know, move my energy away from that to something else that I don't even really fuck with, I mean, like, it makes no sense. You know what I mean? So it's like, you know, let's get it. Let's push this culture forward, and you know, and create history, man. That's what I'm trying to do, man. So,
Bozack, speaking of culture, what's popping in Toronto right now? What should we be looking for, if anything?
Drake.
Stop, man. Interview over, man.
Over.
Yeah.
Thank you, Bozack.
Thanks for calling in tonight, bro. We really appreciate you, man.
Drake is real popping out here, so obviously he's the hometown hero, so you know he's gonna get a lot of love out here. I love Drake as well, but I mean, like, yo, Toronto's got some new things popping, man. Like, you know, I mean, I'd be on the lookout for Ace on Eastwood. I know. Have you guys been playing his stuff? Daniel's son, man. So I mean, like, my man King Bliss. There's a lot of dope hip hop, man. So I mean, like, if Drake and all that new Toronto rap is not your cup of tea, there's still some dope ass hip hop out here that's being represented from Toronto, man. And my whole shit is just to make sure that shit is empowered and that shit gets the platform like how Drake has, so that everybody eats. That's basically what it is, man. So
that's what's up.
Yeah, man. So I mean, like, Ace on Eastwood. I mean, I got a record with my man King Bliss that y'all should be hearing sometime soon.
Okay.
Adam Bomb. There's a lot of dope ass hip hop out here, man. So I mean, and it's not just guys singing about their emotions and drug texting and all that. So I mean, it's definitely some more to hip hop than all that, man. So
I got my eye on your body
Meeks is crooning now.
And your mind. I wanna love you.
Yo, I don't know.
Oh man, I got him in the zone.
Oh, you got him in the zone, man. Got him in the zone. I don't know what's happened, man, with Toronto hip hop and probably about the time that we started this podcast, man. But now, Bozack, are you affiliated with like Crate Division and all those guys, or do you just work with them, or are they crew, or what's the deal there?
Crate Division. Crate Division is Daniel's son, Giallo Point.
Okay.
And a bunch of other people. I'm not too sure. So I'm not affiliated with them. I've never really spoken to anybody outside of Daniel's son. I fuck with them though, man. I mean, Giallo Point has beats, man.
Oh yeah. But Daniel's son's got his own shit though. It doesn't he have like Brown Bag and his shit called Brown Bag Money or some shit like that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Daniel's son has Brown Bag Money, man. So that's him and his crew.
Okay.
And I believe that they're from the West End, they're from Brampton out here, and they doing their thing. I do a radio show out here in Toronto, a hip hop radio show. It's kind of similar to y'all. Yeah.
Oh, really?
So it's so it's basically like So I basically it's just run dope ass hip hop. Like we play a lot of the other stuff too, but it's if we like it and we fucking with it, it's like me and my man Big Jax and Malaysia,
Canadian
which
Vangard
is also one of our hosts.
Right.
Yeah, we just go in, man.
Dope.
Damn,
And
go ahead.
it's like a great hub for artists to come in and just and you get the bills. And that's what happened with Daniel's son. I heard his record. We started following each other, and then I just invited him to the show. And he came to the show earlier this year, and we kicked it off, man. And we've been able to build and talk. And since then, he's just been on a tear.
That guy's crazy, man. I fuck with that guy, man.
It's insane. Yeah, it's insane. Crazy.
Bozack, any of the OGs doing anything right now? Your Socrates, your Cardinal Official.
Yeah, Chocolate,
yeah.
Frankenstein.
Definitely, they still around, man. They still around. Chocolate, Cardinal, they all doing their thing.
Okay.
Socrates, I think he dropped the album either this year or last year.
Okay.
I just spoke to my man who's working with him right now, and he's working on something new, man. So I mean, I'm looking forward to that, and I really think that it's actually going into the direction that we all loved from him.
Okay.
From what I know, at least. I mean, because my man makes he makes hard beats, so it's the raw rap shit that we love, man. And he told me that. Socrates picked this, and this, and he's played me the beats, and I'm like, yo, man,
that's
dude,
what's up.
This is what we've been missing. I'm llooking forward to the new Socrates project, man. So I mean, whenever that comes out, man, check that out, man, for sure.
Cool.
Bozack, what's the name of the show? If you're not in the Toronto area, can you check it out online or stream it or listen to the back the back episodes or?
Yeah, on Vibe 1055.com. The show's called The Plug, and it's from 8 to 10 every Monday night.
Okay.
So Eastern Standard Time.
That's commercial radio?
It's not commercial radio. It's community radio.
Community radio. Gotcha. Okay, cool.
Yeah. So it's not quite commercial radio, but we are on the actual radio dial.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, here in the States, anything basically below 92.0 is all considered community radio. So I didn't know if that was the case. Yeah, public radio or whatever. So
for real?
Yeah, so anything in the band above 92 above 92 is considered commercial radio. So that's why I asked that question. I didn't know if the same rule applied up there or not. So
that's interesting, man. I didn't know that either, man. So yeah, but like in Canada, like in Toronto in itself, we probably got maybe 3 or 4 community radio stations. They're usually from the colleges or the universities.
Right. Yeah.
So that's it for the most part. And our station's kind of special because we kind of specialize in urban music, right? So for the most part, like if you go to 105.5 on the dial in Toronto, you'll hear either hip hop, R&B, reggae, soca, electronic, et cetera, things that are in that vein, So it's definitely catered towards more of the urban audience.
Gotcha. All right.
Like we have a big Jamaican and Caribbean community out here.
Sure.
Yeah.
So a lot of the black community out here is actually from the Caribbean.
Mm-hmm.
So reggae and soca is very big out here. And you can hear it in like a lot of the music that comes out. Everybody from Cardinal to Drake, and you hear like a lot of the influences.
Yeah.
That's because it's part of our DNA in Toronto, man. So so that's it's definitely, if you come out here, definitely expect to hear a lot of that.
Oh shit, fuck that. There's some good Jamaican food out there, like
hell yeah.
The goat and the oxtail is popping, right? And the rice and peas and all that shit.
Oh man, yo, I know all the spots too. I'm gonna tell you right now, man. So y'all make it out here, man. I'm gonna take you to all the spots. Man.
You got me so amped up on Canada in October right now. Like I'm forward thinking on some shit right now. If you get a call from me next year, October, man, just pick up the phone. That's all I'm gonna say.
I'm telling you, man. I'm gonna say this from right now, like maybe like April, May, all the way to like October. Like you good, man. Like it's not cold. It's like
that's what's up.
Decent, man.
Yeah, that's what's up.
So I mean, like you could come out here and you don't have to worry about the weather. You're good.
Dope.
So I mean, like it's a lot like Atlanta weather right now, probably, man. So I remember I was there probably in like December, and I was dying, man. Like I didn't bring a jacket. I was dying, man. So I know Atlanta gets cold too, man. So
it can happen.
I would say definitely, man. I mean, like it doesn't get as cold as Canada. December,
no, by any means, not by any means. So Zach, what's your weapons of choice, man? Production wise, what you doing with?
The MPC 1000, man.
Okay.
Yeah, the MPC 1000 is pretty much what I use. That's the main hub for making beats.
Okay.
I mix in Pro Tools, so I'll dump them all in Pro Tools and I'll do all my mixing there. And then that's basically it, man. So create the joint in the MPC. I'll do all the chopping. I'll do all the programming and the sequencing. All of that, I'll do that in the MPC, and I'll, once the beat is actually made, all the sequences are made, and the song is made, I'll dump them into Pro Tools, and I'll just mix everything together, man, and just make the shit stand out, basically, man.
I was just talking to the guard last night about the MPC 1000. G Supreme just showed me. He just got the MPC Studio.
Okay.
And, I held it in my hands last night. It's a sleek little number, man.
Is it?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, but he hadn't got it set up yet or none of that.
Man.
What's that, Bozack?
I'm trying to upgrade soon to the X or the Live.
Yeah.
So like I can tell like my MP, like the tack switches and some of the buttons are kind of getting stuck and like.
Okay.
So I mean like I've been using this for the past few years, so it's just like it's definitely like it's. It definitely needs some either repairing, but I mean, like, I'm going to send them.
But it's time to upgrade.
Upgrade it.
Yeah, I got you.
So,
I was talking to.
But I kind of want to stay within that.
Yeah, I was talking to Jay Sinai over the weekend, and he said, I guess Kev Brown got the X. Is that the battery powered joint? Is it the X?
The Live is the battery powered joint, but the X is they work side by side. So I mean,
the Live,
like, the X is also a standalone joint.
Okay, gotcha. So I think Kev had the Live, and like Jay was like, "Yeah, man, like we were making beats in the car and shit, and like."
Oh shit!
Yeah, man. It's crazy, man, because it has an internal battery, man, so you can make everything. That's fucking beautiful, man.
Yeah,
and
that's
it's like
crazy.
You don't have to. You don't need a laptop.
Damn.
You don't need anything. You can just do everything. And that's a great selling feature for me, because that's exactly what I want. I don't want to have to rely on a laptop.
Yeah.
I don't want to have to rely on a computer. I want to be able to bang shit out. If I'm in the store, I can just bring it with me, and I can just go crate digging and just like actually make the beat right there. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
not even buy the record. Just
yeah, exactly, man. Exactly. I'll buy the record. Don't get me wrong. I'll buy the record. I'm not one of those dudes, but it's like, you know what I mean? I can just go in and make it happen.
Yeah.
But it's like, say the shit doesn't turn out good though, man. I mean, like, then I don't have to buy the record.
Right.
Good.
Yeah, right.
yeah.
Bozack, what's your story, man? How'd you get into this rap shit, dude? Like, what's your background?
Oh, man. The background in the hip hop scene, or
Yeah, just like in general. Like, how'd you get into music? Like, how'd you find yourself, doing what you're doing now?
I've been listening to hip hop since I was 8.
Okay.
So we're talking about 1988, fucking, Boogie Down Productions.
Mm-hmm.
I remember one time I was watching TV and I saw this Public Enemy interview, and I saw Chuck D, like with the hat over his eyes, just being extra mysterious, and I thought that shit was the coolest shit ever. I'm 8, right? So it's like, I just started following it. Started watching the rap videos, and started seeing all this shit, from Ice Cube, Ice-T, NWA, all that shit. And I'm talking like, 88 shit, so Kane, all of that, right?
Okay.
So it's like, and I just started to get really into it. I'm young and impressionable, I'm moldable, so I'm just getting really into it, just learning all the lyrics. I got my parents to buy me the tapes. And yeah, it just grew with me. Like I evolved as a man with hip hop, and I was a rapper at an early age. So I used to rap, and I was with part of this crew, and we would record songs, and then we got the hip hop radio show going. I was DJing. I was promoting events, promoting hip hop events out here. So I mean, I'm heavily ingrained in the history of Toronto hip hop in Toronto, man. So you name it, I've probably done it out here, man. So,
right.
And then one day, I just realized that just the direction of things and just where I wanted to go with things. I just started to make beats. I had an ASR 10 at first.
Oh, okay.
And that shit died on me. Yeah, that shit died on me, so I went and bought the MPC, right? And then I started making the MPC sing, and I just started working with it. And then, that became the thing, man. I kind of cut everything else off. I cut promoting parties off. I cut, all the hosting and DJing off, and I just started strictly focusing on making beats. And I went into this beat battle with iStandard. I was in Atlanta, actually. The first time I ever battled was in Atlanta.
Oh, yeah?
For the ACC in 2014, I think, man.
Oh, okay.
And,
that sounds like one of the years we was fucking with.
And I battled out there, man.
All right, cool.
Damn.
Yeah,
So
I lost, but I mean, it was a learning experience, right? So,
Gotcha.
You know what I mean? I don't think like if I didn't lose at that point, I don't think I would have been as good as I am now, because it forced me to step my game up.
Oh yeah.
Right. So a full year later, in 2015, I battled again, and I won first place in Detroit. So that basically just gave me the confidence to really move forward with the music. And, I hollered at Westside Gun and Conway, and we put out that record, and the rest is history, man.
Yeah.
So,
So did you have
from that point on,
you come from like a musical background, like your family, or like did your brother or sister or father or uncle or anybody
really,
influence
man.
you in that regard? Or
they
no?
listen to music, but they weren't really they didn't come from a musical background. I, for some reason, was always loving music for some reason. I'm talking about ever since for as long as I remember, man.
Okay.
I remember being being there. I'm talking about I got to be 3 years old. Going with my dad to the record store and just pointing out the different records. Not I knew what the records were, you know what I mean? Okay, that was Eurythmics, or that was Phil Collins or something like that. And I'm 3 years old, and this is one of my earliest memories of just me and records. And like for some reason, I identified all the artists and all the music and knew all the songs, and I was like, I don't know what it was, and I don't know how I've learned all that or even became interested in it. I just know that for as long as I remember, it was always a music thing for me. And so it actually feels very right at home that I'm making music and putting out records right now, because
Sure.
I kind of like, as cliche as it sounds, man, like, I really think I was made for this shit.
Right.
You know?
Bozack, how the connection with Official Crate come about?
Yeah, I mean, we've followed each other for a minute now, man. So like on Instagram, and like on some record shit, on some like, okay, so these are some dope breaks, you post up, dope records on, and you just find out more and more about like what to look for and, where the samples are, where the drum breaks are and all of that. And we were following each other for a minute. I actually bought some records off him as well, man, like prior to like him even knowing I'm making music. And
Dave got that shit.
Oh yeah, Dave got that shit.
Yeah, he's got crates, man.
Yeah,
Like,
Dave's got that shit.
I can't wait to meet him, man, because at the end of the month, he's actually coming up here to sell records.
Oh yeah.
So,
AJ's coming. I mean, Jay Sinai's coming up too, right? And
he's coming up with him, man. So I mean, like, I'm really excited for that, man. Like, me and Jay Sinai got a record, man. We're gonna do a video. I'm hoping to be able to do a video out here, man. So, sorry.
Bless you.
Bless you.
And like, yeah, man. So, yeah, man, I'm looking forward to that. But he heard Never Change, and like he's like, he's such a big fan of it, and we did an interview, and then like for his website, and he bought the record, and like and then he liked everything else that I was putting out after that, and he just hit me up, let's do a record for Official Crate Music. And then I was like, let's make it happen. And the EP is almost done, man. Like it's literally like, like we about to mix it right now. And, in 2018, it's probably going to be dropping, man. So I'm really excited about that, man. It's like my first actual like Bozack Morris solo EP.
Dope.
So,
Dope.
Shout out to Dave.
Yeah, word. Shout out to Dave. That fucking karate practice is banging, man. It's interesting because Meeks and I do this show from the confines of a lab, and we don't get any sort of real time feedback until the show drops later on, and then usually it's virtually.
Right.
But I played that record actually in a number of venues, like. I played it at the college radio station here locally. Every time I drop that record, man, without fail, somebody comes over and is like, "Man, what the fuck is that?" And
wow.
I don't know what it is about I think that the record just the way it starts and it sounds. I don't know, that record to me, man, just sounds so big. And I think that it's probably like I knew, I knew and had, like fuck with the work that you had done prior, but I don't know what it is about karate practice, man. But the way that shit rings when it starts, there's just something about that joint. I don't know what it is, but it's interesting.
I have to admit, the mix is incredible on that record, man. Shouts out to my man Futurewave. Like me and Futurewave mixed that record and he mastered it.
Okay.
And if you listen to, so I actually have a karate practice instrumental on my SoundCloud page, and that instrumental is directly off the MPC. It's just like it's MPC to WAV file and just upload it to SoundCloud. If you listen to the difference to how the final product and how the MPC, like directly off the MPC, how they sound, it's like night and day, man. So it's like, mix your records out there, man. Everybody out there, if you making music out there, man, don't sleep on the final mix, man. Make sure your shit is fucking knocking, man, because it's like, ain't nothing worse than having a dope record, but you play it alongside something else and it just sounds like trash because you know what I mean? Like that one record is mixed and your record isn't. You know what I mean? So
I used to mix all of our shit. I don't do it anymore, man. I pass it off. I can't because that's just not me.
Basically, John feels the way he feels about mixing and mastering shit is the same way you feel about graphic design.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. It's a love-hate type situation, you know what I mean?
Yeah. I just get too close to it, man. I need somebody else to take it and like do their thing with it, and they know all the tricks. Like I can get it like 70% of the way there, But I need somebody to put the icing on that motherfucker, man. So,
yeah, that's me too. So I mean, basically, like, me and Futurewave got a great working relationship, man. So it's like, what I'll do is I'll mix it, I'll put it in a general range of what I want it to sound like, and then he'll go in and just like tweak like the little frequencies, and then he'll master it and make the shit sound big, and that's what I need, man. And like, he does an amazing job at it, man. Like, honestly, like, Futurewave is a big part. I'd say that he plays a big role in things that I've released in my production, man. So
what's up with Futurewave, man? What's his story, dude? He's a producer.
He's a producer from out here, man.
Right.
He went to school for all of that, for like all the mixing and engineering and all that. And he makes his music is fucking dope as fuck too, man. He's a beast on the boards too, man. Yeah. So like, we connected. It's like, basically, I needed somebody to mix my shit. I was just like, okay, when this is around the time of Never Change and all that, I was just like, he was a friend of a friend, and he hit me up for wanting something. I don't remember what it was. And I was just like, you know what? I need somebody to help me mix these records, man, because I want to drop this out on vinyl soon. And he came in, put it together, man, like showed me a lot of things. I learned so much from that dude. Like, nice. I'm talking about like, when Mac 90 and all of that first came out, I didn't know what the fuck I was doing, man. Like, when it comes to like Pro Tools, I didn't know what any of that was. I didn't know, the difference. I didn't know anything about frequencies or anything like that. I didn't understand what, the high frequency range was or anything like that. I didn't know what a limiter was. I didn't know what any compression, what does it really, I don't know. Like, what I mean? I'm just looking at this shit like, this sounds good. You know what I mean? So, so Futurewave came in and just like, he didn't even really have to explain it. I just had to watch him. And once I watched them and I asked maybe a few questions, I kind of got an idea about it. So now I feel like I have a style when it comes to mixing. You know what I mean? Okay. And that's a good look, man. So I mean, to actually come with something, have an end goal when you're trying to mix something and trying to make something sound a particular way, man.
Yeah.
So,
shout out to Futurewave. Summer's fucking over. That was his most recent joint, right? Bozack?
Yeah, Summer's fucking over. He produced that.
Yeah, that's just dope. I love that shit.
Yeah, he's a beast, dude. Like, that's my man's right there, man. Like,
I fuck with the T-Dot right now, man. I'm serious, man. I fuck with Toronto heavy right now. We fuck with y'all in a big way, man. I'm serious. You guys are doing some dope work, man.
Thank you, man. I mean, like, and I'm really excited about it too, man. Like the type of energy, like, when I have a conversation with both Danielson and A-Sun, and I get this enthusiasm, this energy that I haven't felt from the city in a long time, man. So it's like, these guys are, those guys continuously, I think like every week they drop in like, and they recording a new song. Like, these guys are working, man. It's like they just love it, man, and it's such a beautiful thing, man. Like Futurewave is also working on his personal project, man. So, and I heard some joints off that. Man, like, it's gonna be a lot of dope hip hop coming out right now.
When the energy in the scene like that is good, you just gotta let it play out.
Yeah, just roll with
it. You never know what can happen with that. Yeah. Hell yeah.
Exactly. And by the way, man, like, Futurewave and all those guys just put out a record with Justo the MC, and that just dropped on vinyl. Or
the Epiphany, right?
Very soon.
Is that the Epiphany? Yeah, man, that shit sounds great. That shit sounds incredible.
It's fire, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. And that's about to drop on vinyl very soon too. So, I think it's the lostinfomusic.bandcamp.com.
Yeah.
It's on vinyl. There's only like, very limited editions of that shit. So like very limited, so less than probably 500 or something like that. So they're doing their thing with that as well, man. So, I like to see shit on vinyl, man. I'm not going to front, man. Like I like, MP3s are cool and shit like that. But when you have something that you can touch and feel, man, that's value to me. Like, what I mean? Like, this shit will increase in value. This shit is like investing in stocks. You invest in vinyl, it's going to go up in value. You can't say the same thing about a digital file. You know what I mean? So, like, so I'm a record dude. So, I mean, like, obviously I feel that way. So, so shouts out to those guys making that happen.
Word.
And, there's a lot of dope shit that's coming out the city.
Yes,
so,
sir.
Danielson has his record too, man. His shit just dropped on vinyl, man. So, yeah, man.
Word.
Yeah, man.
What's up with him? How'd you and him connect, Bozack? What's the backstory there?
We just followed each other. There's this guy from I think he's from Germany or Sweden or something like that. This guy DJ BK,
Okay.
and he put my song on a mixtape, and he sent me copies of it. And then I listened to it, and then like there's one song that stood out outside of mine was this Heem Stogie joint. I had never heard of him before. It was like Tommy Gun, this joint Tommy Gun from Heem Stogie. I think it's off the Soul Searching album, right? I was like, yo, this is nice, man. And he's rapping hard on this shit. Like I like hard rap, you know. Yeah. Like I like dudes that, you know, when they rap, you know, you kind of fear for your life. You know what I mean? Like I like dudes like that. You know what I mean? Like you know, so. And he was that type of rapper, man. He was like, yo, I ain't trying to battle you. I'll go up and snuff you, man. Like, you know, that's the type of rapper he was.
That is the feel I get from him.
Right in your face.
Word up.
Yeah. So you know, I was like, yo, I'll fuck with this dude. And he followed me. I followed him back. And it was just like that. It was just like, yo, let's yo, fuck with you, man. Let's work on some music. And I sent him a beat folder. And then he came back with an EP, like literally. That's just what it was. It was just like, okay, you know, here's the beat folder. Here's 5 songs. And that's how Lost Prevention came about. It was like, we didn't plan it. It was just like, here's some beats, rap on them shits. Man. He raps on them, and the EP bang, just like that. And then we just put it out, just like that.
Yeah.
You know, so.
Yeah, that's dope.
And that's how he works, man. That's how all those guys work, man. Like Gafahim and Mac Hami and those guys, they just bang shit out. They don't give a fuck. It's just like, they don't think it through. You know, they just, they know they're dope. They don't have to worry about, you know, with this, is this going to sell or is this going to, there's no politics behind it. It's just dope shit. They know they can rap. They know they can pick beats. What else do you really need to do, man? So, I mean, shouts out to those guys, man. You know, and those guys coming out of Atlanta too, man. So fuck, man. Y'all scene is crazy, man.
Oh yeah. Yeah. We had Fahim by I don't know what, a couple months ago now. I guess 3 or 4 months ago. He actually came through to the lab, Bozack, and hung out. We had a great interview with him, and I've actually been building with him on on Instagram, and we're trying to get him to come through. So those
definitely that'd be a good look, man. Like
absolutely.
I love all those guys, man. Those guys all got bars, and they don't give a fuck, man. It's just like they just trying to put out
going in
dope shit and fucking dumping. You know, that's it.
Dumping.
You know, and I want to see it happen, man. I want to see it. Dumping, man. Exactly, man. I want to see them get it, man. So yeah, man. I have to admit, man, there's this underground shit. It's like there's so much dope energy coming out, whether it's from Atlanta, whether it's coming from New York, or whether it's coming from Cali, Toronto. Whatever, man. Like, yo, this underground shit, there's a dope energy coming through. The only thing that we need to do is just like, take advantage of it while the shit is still fresh, man. Like, keep it moving, and it'll always keep, just keep adding to it, man. Just, and then that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to make sure that we keep building upon the type of energy that we have right now, because, I'll be honest, man, that shit is rare, yo. Yeah. You don't get that type of enthusiasm and that type of energy and that type of creative juices, just flowing from all different sides of the globe like that all at once, man. So it's like, let's fucking harness it and fucking let's empower ourselves, man. Like, we don't have to worry about no one else anymore. Like, we don't have to worry about, getting signed or getting a major placement or anything like that. We can do it all like this and create our own industry, man. So it's like, as long as we're able to stay focused and keep things popping, man. So, you know what I mean?
So Bozack, what's the overall plan to knock Drake out of the #1 spot, man? Like, what? How y'all got that shit laid out, man? Because I know it's a plan in full effect. How y'all? Tell us how it's going down.
Drake got the full package, man. So I mean, Drake makes very accessible music. He's a very accessible, icon, in like an actual personality wise. Like, he's a very accessible dude. So I mean, his success, it's like he earned that shit. It was never like a fluke or anything like that. That's something that he actually very, very much deserves. So I'm definitely not trying to knock him out of spot, but I am trying to create a new spot. I am trying to create a new, if that's my whole shit is, I always look at this shit like potluck, man. If everybody's making fucking tacos, man, somebody's got to come through and bring fried chicken.
No doubt.
Word.
No doubt. Switch it up.
Yeah. Right now, Toronto rap is it's like a food court, and like we got like a pizza spot, we got like a Chinese spot, we got a burger spot, and then we got like 47 Tim Hortons. I don't know if y'all know what Tim Hortons is, but Tim Hortons is like a coffee shop out here. So it's like we have 47 of the same thing. Okay. So it's like, you know what? I'm just trying to make sure that we just diversify the shit. You know what I mean? There's more to eat than just fucking whatever is out there, man. So it's like, let's build, create dope shit, and be consistent with it. And you'll get to where you need to be. That's basically how I look at shit, man.
Well, so we salute you, man,
and
we got you, man. Anytime you wanna, throw something up against the wall to see if it sticks, man, send it this way, and we'll put it out there, man. And the feedback will be good, I'm sure. So yeah, we got you.
Man, I'm sending everything to you guys, man. Y'all are definitely on the mailing list, man. Make sure that y'all got the DJ packs. Y'all got everything, man. So I mean, and you guys got the Coke Casa and the Hus Kingpin joints, right?
Yes, sir. And I just very much appreciate there being clean versions of everything. So thank you for taking the time to do that. I think a lot of folks leave that out right now. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm on the radio, man. So I mean, I'm gonna play it unless I make a fucking clean version, right? So it's like. So I understand the importance of it. I also understand because being a radio DJ myself, why that's important. And it's like it doesn't hurt. So it's like, let's make it pop. One thing I actually didn't do clean versions of the Heem Stogie because he swears way too much, and that was a whole fucking project.
That shit would have sounded like Morse code.
I mean, it's to the point where I'd have to play the entire verse backwards, man. So it's like one of those things. So it's like, you know what I mean? But you already know, man. So I mean, I'm looking forward to working with more and making more music with those guys, man. So yeah.
All right, Bozack. Well, look, man, we've taken absolutely enough of your time tonight. Why don't you leave the people with where they can go to support you? Spend some of their hard-earned money on your product, where they can support, where they can find you on the socials, and just keep up with everything you're doing up that way.
Yeah, so bozackmorris.com. That'll give you basically it's just a little website that I have, and every song that I make, I just throw it up on that site. So you'll get the streaming link, and also you'll get where you can buy it as well there. GGBRrecords.com, that's the label. So everything for the most part is on that. So if you want to cop the new wax, go on GGBRrecords.com. Whatever is dope, we want to put it out. Basically, that's what GGBR Records is. It's like, it's just us curating dope shit. And it's not even just hip hop, it's just whatever is what we feel that is just good music. We're just gonna throw it up out there. And if I think it belongs to the vinyl treatment, the immortal treatment, man, we'll put it out, man. That's basically what that is, man. So GGBRrecords.com, Twitter, Bozackula, Bozackula, that's right, Bozackula. Yeah, it's Bozack and Blackula put together, man. That's
I fuck with it. Yeah, exactly. I appreciate that.
And the SoundCloud is Bozack Morris, man. So hit me up, follow me on SoundCloud, Bozack Morris on SoundCloud. Everything gets, will get on there. So I mean, as long as you follow me on SoundCloud, you'll get to hear the music and you'll get to hear it first.
Dope. Follow this man, people. Follow him.
And that Bozack Bozack Morris EP is dropping top of 2018ish, something like that. I don't know. Okay.
Yeah.
All right,
there's that, and also I have Loose Cannons 3 still. It's in the chamber, man. What I mean? It's locked and loaded, man. So it's Loose Cannons 3. Be on the lookout for that. And that's gonna be the final in the Loose Cannon series. It's the third of the records, and I'm really excited about that one as well, man.
Beautiful. All right, Bozack, thank you, man. We really appreciate you, taking time out to chat with us tonight, man.
No doubt.
I appreciate y'all, man. I appreciate the support. I appreciate the things that you've been doing, man. And we need it. Like I said, man. Let's all support each other. Let's all get it together, man. Let's all fucking build this shit that we love so much called hip hop, man.
That's the only way.
No doubt. All right, Bozack, hold tight with us real quick. We're gonna wrap it up. We'll be right back with you. Thank you very much, man.
No doubt.
All right, Eddie Meeks.
No doubt, man.
T-Dot, we got to go, man. We have a number of trips that we have.
The map is filling up, man.
It is.
It's going to be interesting when we get this Winnebago and ride the fuck out, man. Y'all better watch out. Coming to a city near you, Winnebago up.
You know what? I think that white van out front could do as well.
Hey, I'm going to tell you what.
You know what the great thing about that is, too? And look, no one take offense to this.
Mm-hmm.
There's 2 seats in that motherfucker. You know who's going in that joint?
That's it.
Meeks
Me
and
the
me.
home. That's it. And it'll be a mattress in the back so you can lay down and get ready for your turn to drive. That's something I picked up driving out to Cali early in the game. You know what I'm saying? So we know how to get around.
We're gonna take that van and roll out.
Yeah,
man.
we know how to get around. Goddamn it, the van ready too. Boy.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Oh Lord. All right. Bozack Morris is everywhere at Bozackula. Go check it out.
Yeah.
The Hus Kingpin Big Ghost Limited Bozack Morris shit is out now. Look, honestly, if you're listening to this shit right now, the shit could be gone. You could just be fucked up.
You might be
You know,
SOL.
Right. So hopefully you listened to the snippets on Tuesday, and you might have been a smart person and gone and copped it already. If you haven't, you're just shit out of luck. You might have to. You're just gonna have to wait till it comes around on eBay or Discogs. And pay an arm and a leg for it. So anyway.
Sorry.
Make sure you follow those guys. Make sure you tell a friend about Southern Vanguard Radio.
No doubt.
It's the best goddamn podcast on planet Earth right now. DJ John Doe.
Yeah, cappuccino.
Twice a week Meeks and twice a week Doe.
Yeah.
We out.
We out.
Peace.
Peace, y'all.